They beat his name out of him. That don't sound familiar? That happened to us. Before that happened, this is who we were. So you have to ask yourself, why would God do this to one people and not the other? Therefore, read.
The curse.
What?
The curse.
God said because his people breaking this commandment, I gotta put a curse on their ass now. So our forefathers' inheritance of getting their behind whooped, guess who it landed on?
Chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Sis, God telling you today to remember the Sabbath day to learn how to keep it holy. Today you're gonna learn how to keep God's laws holy. Holy means separate. Meaning things that you'll do on a normal day, you can't do on God's sanctified day.
Right.
Right? Read.
6 days shall thou labor.
So God said, I'm gonna give you 6 days to work all you need. 6 days. He said you can work Sunday through Friday. Do all the labor that you need to do. Read.
And do all thy work. But the seventh day.
But the what?
But the seventh day.
When is the seventh day, sis? What is the seventh day? The seventh. What is the first day of the week? So okay, yo, business-wise, the first day is Monday, but on the calendar, what the first day you see? What about you, sis? What's the first day of the week? The first day of the week is Sunday. So if Sunday the first day, when is the last day? When is the seventh day? I'm sorry. If Sunday the first day, when is the seventh day? Saturday. So today will be what? The Sabbath day. Have you ever heard of the Sabbath day, sis? So we just read to the sister that you're not now understand this, but while you go, sis, understand this. When God brings these laws to you, you want to take it serious because he's literally talking straight to you. Sis, today is your day. Right now, I'm going to show you who you are, and I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? From the Most High God to you. So what you need to do on the back of that flyer, call us. Call us, learn, and understand more so we can prove it to you more who you are. Like we're finna do this, sister. Cause I understand we got stuff to do, so I understand that. So do yourself a service and do us a service. Cause we need you. You understand? On the back of that flyer, it's a number in the website. Do your research, sis. Okay? All right. Good to meet you, sis. All right. How you doing, sis? All right. What's your name? Cheryl. Cheryl. How you doing, Miss Cheryl? My name is Azariah. All right. So you probably wonder, what are these black men out here doing, screaming and yelling, right? So you talked with us before? So you know who you are according to the Bible? What was you told when you talked to us, who you were according to the Bible? Like what nation do you come from? Do you know? Okay, all praises. Go to Isaiah 1 and 3 again. So what we are here to do, in the last days, God is waking up his people to call him back to their remembrance of who they are. Because through slavery, I know you remember this right here, right? So what happened, when this happened to us, our heritage was taken away from us, our names, who our God is. You understand? Our whole identity was taken away. But it's a reason why this happened. Have you ever asked yourself, like, why this only happened to us? Because you can't find another people that went through the things that our people went through. The type of captivity our people went through. You understand what I'm saying? So you believe in God, right? So you have to ask yourself, why would God do this to one people and not the other? Give me that in Daniel. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why, because it's just like this, sis. And I'm going to show you who you are. It's just like this. If you got kids out there playing and you tell them, hey, y'all butts better be in the house before the street light, right? If they break that commandment, are you going to whoop all the kids that was out there when the street light went off? What kids you going to whoop or punish? Your kids. That's the same thing with God. God gave us commandments to keep. When we broke those commandments, that was the judgment right there. That's just a form of God being angry with his or whipping his kids behind.
That's right.
That's what it is. Read that in Daniel 9.
Daniel 9 and verse 11. Yea, all Israel.
All who? So when he said all Israel, he's talking about these are the 12 tribes of Israel. Israel was a man before he was a land, right? His name was Jacob, and his name got changed to Israel. Israel had 12 sons. These are his sons, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and so forth, right? Today, these tribes went into captivity.
That's right.
So in captivity, what they give you? Have you ever watched Roots?
Yes.
What did they make Kunta say? His name was now. Huh? What they beat out of him?
They beat it out of him.
They beat his name out of him. That don't sound familiar? That happened to us. Before that happened, this is who we were and we knew that. But slavery, through slavery, this what happened. After that, they named us American blacks, West Indies, Haitians. That's how we got those names through slavery. That's how you got your last name. What's your last name, sis? Mickens. Guess where that Mickens come from? A white plantation. You understand? So, but only thing we doing, God saying he won't leave you or forbear you, right? That means in these last days, this is how God's showing love to you. By showing you got the richest heritage on this planet. Go back, hold that, no, read that, finish that. We gonna show you why he only did that to us, read.
Daniel 9 verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed.
Transgressed meaning broke my law. We went again, he said all of Israel, all my people broke my law, read.
Thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
That's what our forefathers always went against God's commandments. Unto this day, we go against God's commandments today off default. Why? Because we got pastors teaching us to. We got pastors leading the flock away. So today we feel like we don't have to keep God's commandments.
Right.
Not knowing it's a detriment to us.
Teach.
Read.
Therefore,
read.
The curse.
The what?
The curse.
God said because his people breaking his commandments, I got to put a curse on their ass now. Right there.
Bring it out.
It's a big whip. A big old black belt. You remember that black belt? Huh? That's what God said. Therefore, y'all, I got to pull this black belt off now. You understand? Read.
Is poured upon us.
Upon who?
Us.
Read.
And the oath that is written.
The oath that is written is meaning in this Bible, our forefathers made an agreement with God that we'll keep his commandments. We made a blood covenant with God that lasted forever. So the covenant they made, because they broke it, guess who it came trickle down to?
Bring it out.
If you got an inheritance and you die, who your inheritance go to?
Right.
Your children. So our forefathers' inheritance of getting their behind whooped, guess who it landed on? The children. That's why this happened to us right here. Go to Deuteronomy 28. We finna show you that curse or that whipping that God, that happened from our people breaking God's commandment, and it landed on us.
Bring it up.
And that's how we know and identify who we are according to the Bible. Because God said he will only do this to his people. Right? All right, read. Give me 28 and verse 1. No, it started at 15.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what's going on, sis? Moses is speaking to the children of Israel in the wilderness. He said, if we don't listen to God's commandments, because I don't know how familiar you are with the Bible. Do you understand about the story of Moses bringing the 10 commandments down to the children of Israel? That was our forefathers. That was our people. Now we're finna prove it though. He said, but God said, if our forefathers didn't listen and hearken to these laws to keep them, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
No, some of them.
All his commandments.
No, only the ones we feel like we should.
Right. All his commandments.
God said we got to keep all his commandments.
That's right.
So it ain't just not paying tithes, sis. It's not working on the Sabbath day as well. So God cut that off. God said you can't pick and choose my laws. My laws is perfect. I don't need you picking and choosing which one you should keep and not keep. Because that's what so-called Negroes do.
That's right.
We are a rebellious nation of people. We know that because we got kids. We can sit in our kids. They pick and choose what they will want to do on this day and that day. That's the same thing with God's kids. That's who we are. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said, like we said, because we broke God's commandments, God said, okay, if you do that, these curses going to happen to you. Right. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 6 to 8. I want to prove to you, sis, that the reason why, how we came over here is a curse out the Bible.
Bring it out.
Did you know that? Did you know slave ships was in the Bible? You knew that? Somebody told you about slave ships? Okay.
I mean, well, you know, we read about a lot of stuff about slavery.
Somebody in the Bible or just in general? Because we learn about slavery and stuff through school and through our parents. But did our parents or the pastors actually show us in the Bible of why that happened to us, or the actual event that happened in the Bible?
When I don't know, because you seem to be a little younger than I am.
Yes, ma'am.
We had Bible as literature in school.
Okay.
We had you couldn't graduate without it.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's right.
We did learn about the slave ships in
In the Bible.
Yes.
So did they tell you who you were in the Bible, according to the Bible?
Actually, no, because it was we had a white teacher that taught.
Ah, get the heck out of here.
Yes.
So you had okay. I want you to see this.
Our
But
Bible literature was she was white.
she was so okay. I'm gonna read this script, but I'm gonna show you what that means. But read.
And the Lord,
68.
verse 68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said he gonna bring his people into Egypt, meaning bondage, slavery. That's what that means. Again, because we know the Israelites, if you read the Bible, they didn't go back to Egypt they didn't even use a boat to go out of Egypt. So how they gonna use a boat to go back in? So God said, I'm gonna bring you back into Egypt, meaning bondage on what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Sis, what other nation of people went into captivity via slave ships?
Teach. That's right.
So I'm gonna ask you another question, right? So when we got off those slave ships, your teacher, was her nation of people on the ships with us?
Bring it out.
Or was she the ones that sold us once we got off the slave ships?
Teach.
You say she was a so-called white woman, right?
Yeah, she was a white teacher.
So who put us in captivity? Who was selling us when we got off those slave ships?
Let them know.
They were
Bring it out.
So we came over to America. Who was selling us into captivity?
Let 'em
Your
know.
last name, who your last name derived from? Your Bible school teacher people. So how in the world can the people that put you in captivity teach you about your history?
Right.
They gonna lie to you.
That's right.
They gonna lie to you. So what that means, everything that you learned, of course, now you may know what scripture's talking about, but everything they taught you in the essence of it was a lie.
Right.
Give me that Deuteronomy 32 and 20. I think, yeah, 32 in the last verse. I'm about to show you what, because since it's good, I know you, in your spirit, I can tell that you know what I'm saying, you eating it up. So I want you just to understand what I'm trying to get you to see. That you are blood descendant of the Israelites according to the Bible. This Bible was only written to and for your people. It wasn't written for America. It wasn't written for a religion. This is our way of life. How we know that? Because when we read this Bible, God said we broke his commandments, he will curse us by sending us into captivity on slave ships, and that actually happened.
That's right.
That's how we know we are the people of the book, but we're going to get more proof for you though, sis. Read that.
Deuteronomy 33, verse 29.
Bring it out.
Happy art thou, O Israel.
God said, once you heard that you're an Israelite, God said, you need to be happy about that. Why? Because salvation is only for you, sis.
What?
That's it. That's what the Bible says. Salvation is only for you.
That's
Because let me ask you a question. I'm going to finish this out, though, but let me ask you a question. Do you believe everybody's supposed to be saved, all nations? Do you believe Christ is going to save all nations?
No.
When I say save, you got to understand what I'm saying. Save them from something. What do the nations need to be saved from?
Right.
The so-called white man, what would Christ save them from?
Bring it out.
Save them from me? Okay, but when Christ come back, he's come back to destroy, right?
Right.
So in this time frame right now, who do you believe needs saving?
Bring it out.
We need to be saved. That's why God say, happy are you today. Why? Because you finding out that this Bible is your riches.
Right.
You are the only nation that God loves.
Right. That's
You only. That's why he said be happy about that, because you've been lied to your whole life about your statue in America. You've been called a B. You've been called a nigger. You've been called three-fourths of a man. All that. But God said today you should be happy. Why? Because in God's eyes, we are the greatest nation on this planet.
That's right.
Finish reading that.
happy art thou, O Israel. Happy. Who is like unto thee.
God said, who is like unto you?
Right.
Read.
O people, saved by the Lord.
Oh, people, what?
Saved by the Lord.
You see that? God didn't say everybody saved by the Lord. He said who? Israel, right? Because what God do in Egypt? Did he save everybody in Egypt? Who did he send Moses to? What did Moses say to Pharaoh? Let what? Who? Let my people. He didn't say everybody else. You understand? He said, let my people go. That's why he said that. All right? Read. Finish this out. We're going to switch up.
The shield of thy help.
Read up.
And who is the sword of thy excellency? And thy enemy.
And thy who?
And thy enemy.
God said the people that did that to you are your enemies. Go ahead, read.
Shall be found liars.
Shall be what?
Found liars.
God said today you're going to learn that your enemies that you learn from are liars. They've been lying to like forever. Since you came off the slave ship, you're going to learn today they are found liars.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.